Welcome back, piggies. This is episode 19 of the Pigskin Pals podcast with your host, Dane and AJ. Unfortunately, we'll be talking redraft today, which has been just an absolute nightmare for me. I'd honestly be okay with skipping the rest of these videos for the rest of the season, so if anyone wants to take my spot...
You don't want me to pass you up in the pick'ems?
Not even that. It's just, that's true. I could quit now and you couldn't pass me. I would not have to talk about just this garbage season, and I would take the dub.
Well, I would be passing you. I'd be still making my picks.
Yeah, but like our head-to-head, you know? We'd have to stop it. Stop the count, dude. Stop the count.
No.
No, but we got a couple trades to look at, and as like we kind of mentioned, our pick'em race is getting pretty tight. So, with all that being said, let's get into it, baby. All right, so let's get right into some trades that went through in this past week. We'll start with the most recent one. Happened, I think, yesterday, 2 days ago, between Austin and Ben. Ben is receiving... Doozy. Yeah, it is a doozy. Ben is receiving Mr. Terry McLaurin, DeAndre Swift, and Isaiah Pacheco. And he's giving away Devontae, George Kittle, and Saquon Barkley. I want to hear your thoughts on this one right away.
My initial thoughts, I think best piece out of this trade is honestly DeAndre Swift. I think like that's what I would be wanting the most out of this trade. Giants, I don't think they're going to be very good the rest of the season, so I'm fine with shipping Barkley out.
Yeah.
Like the Raiders are also like they're on the rise right now. Devontae's having a little bounce back.
Yep. That's what I'm with that too.
I would I still can see him and Terry pretty evenly. And then it's just I don't know. I think I like the Terry, DeAndre, and Isaiah Pacheco side.
Okay,
more.
Then I think we're on opposite sides. I think the piece I like the most, I got to double check. That's what I'm trying to look up right now. I think Isaiah Pacheco has a really good
playoff schedule.
Just schedule in general coming up. Maybe not this game necessarily. Let me try to pull up the schedule. Yeah, so after Philly, he has Las Vegas, Green Bay, Buffalo, New England, Vegas, and that's all like really, really good matchups. So I think that's a good piece to get. I don't know what it is. I think it hasn't DeAndre Swift been like kind of whatever it the past couple of weeks. Like he's not really anything these days, right?
Yeah, but that can always bounce right back.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily. He's fine. I'm not like excited about getting DeAndre Swift, and I'm not excited about getting Terry McLaurin either. For Austin, I think George Kittle is a good pickup for him. He didn't have like a solid tight end, and Kittle is a guy that can boom, just full boom week. So I think that's nice. He's not like a crazy piece. And Saquon, as much as the Giants are bad, he's the only guy, right? He's going to get the ball a shit ton. So I think he is the, if you're going to have, I mean, he's the only guy you want on the Giants, obviously.
I think it's like 10 points.
Yeah, but I think
he doesn't have a huge ceiling.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's fine.
Pretty low.
But I like Devontae. I like getting Devontae. I think Devontae is probably, I think I like Devontae more than every piece other than Pacheco on the other side, if I just be honest. I think he looked like they're trying to involve him a lot more with new coaching, Aiden O'Connell being in there. So I think he won't be like normal Devontae, where he's like going crazy because he's just not a good quarterback throwing him the ball, but I think he's going to get peppered more than he was before. So I think I like getting him in the deal. I don't think it's like an overly terrible deal either way.
Yeah, I also don't think Ben really lost anything by trading away Kittle because he has Trey McBride and Taysom Hill, who's just been absolute dog at tight end this year. And
then I guess we can look at my trade from before last week. I was 3-6, needed to make a play. We kind of talked about it on the prior podcast. I needed to make a trade. I didn't want to have to get rid of Tyreek, but I needed to. I gave away Tyreek, Justice Hill, and Zach Moss. So I basically gave away Tyreek for Mike Evans and Ramondre, and they both played super well for me. That way, like last week, like Mike Evans at 20, Ramondre had like 11. Right? But it didn't actually even matter because I just lost anyway. So, yeah, did you say Jake took an L?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I helped whoever's close. So I was doing it to try and win because I think now that I lost,
who'd you lose against?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I lost to you. It's so annoying. I don't want to talk about it. I won't talk about it. I don't know.
The team popped off.
I'm 3-7. I'm sure there's a way I can make the playoffs.
If you win out.
It's super unlikely. So it's pretty. I needed to win that game pretty bad. I think I outscored everyone but three guys. Three people. So it's tough. I still have third most points in the league. Last place. It's tough beats.
Your team can turn around.
No.
This time last year was Christian Watson's hat trick breakout game. So maybe it's the start of mid-November.
I really needed to win last week because I took the chance because Ramondre's on bye now. So I needed him to cook. But it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because I have Singletary now, who seems to be the guy for now since Guy isn't playing, Dameon Pierce. But now Christian Watson just kind of sucks. T. Higgins just doesn't play football anymore. So like all my depth guys are just like gone. So it's just brutal. So it happens. That's why I don't really want to talk about this redraft shit anymore because it's just been. I feel like you in Dynasty kind of. It's just been a brutal year.
Yeah, it's even been a rough one for me in redraft. But
you got a chance though. You're 4 and 6,
still
right?
holding out hope. Yeah.
And I think oh God. I've got to imagine Tony Pollard has a good week this week, but we can get into that. I guess let's start it off with your matchup then.
Sucks.
You're not wrong. We'll start off with your matchup so we can keep talking about it. I said last week if Tony Pollard doesn't play well, doesn't score points, then I'll be concerned. I'm giving him one more week. He has to score points here, or it's literally
against
doomed.
Carolina. Yeah,
it's literally doomed if he doesn't score points here. So
has to happen. So this week, I'm really excited about this Cincinnati Ravens game that's happening in a couple of hours. We're recording on Thursday.
Jose Lamar.
It's going to be a juicy one to watch. I'd have to get rid of Dustin Hopkins. I do not want to start any Browns players.
No.
Even the kicker.
Not at all.
But maybe I will start a Browns player in Dynasty. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna kind of do a similar layout of last podcast where we just kind of discuss the matchup on the air and then set our choices out loud on 3. But this matchup is 4 and 6, me versus Luke, 5 and 5. Both got some strong quarterback plays. I'm gonna have Lamar playing tonight with the Zay Flowers stack, who I've actually really wanted to bench Zay Flowers just
he's
because
been stinky.
He's not tickling my peach. And
he's been stinky.
Like I'm thinking Rice versus Philly would be pretty juicy.
The issue is that is juicy. I feel like the amount of rushing touchdowns they get is so insane.
I know.
There's no room for any, like he could be doing better on like yardage too, but they just run the ball so much. It's so hard.
And I'm speaking of the Ravens running the ball. I'm playing against Keaton Mitchell.
Fuck Keaton Mitchell, dude. That guy almost lost me the week last week.
I think he's definitely going to outscore his 6.7 projected points.
I would agree.
But other than that, there's really, Mostert, scares me because he can go off at any point. Gibbs playing against Chicago is pretty nice for Luke. And then Herbert, we'll see what he can do against Green Bay. Green Bay's all right against, I'm fine with playing a quarterback that's going up against Green Bay just because I feel like we slow the game down so much. And our defense isn't terrible. You can just run the ball.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can run the ball really well against the Packers is what it seems like and not really pass. So I think Eckler probably will have a good day. But Herbert will be fine. He's Herbert. But I will say I feel like quarterbacks always are a little bit worse in Green Bay around this time just because it's colder. So less passing, more running.
That too. I have my pick though.
I do as well. You can count it down.
3, 2, 1. Me.
You.
Let's go.
I don't know if we fully mentioned it or not. It's up on the screen, but I just want to point it out. Dane is only one game behind right now in the redraft pick'ems. He was pretty far behind. He's been gaining some ground. I've been really screwing the pooch. So we got a little race on our hands here. Should be fun.
All for a sandwich.
All for a sandwich. A fucking good sandwich.
All right. Next up, we got
me.
Yep. You 3 and 7 versus Peter 6 and 4.
Is an absolutely disgusting lineup to look at. I think both sides. I don't like either team really.
I like the Tyler Boyd spot start by Peter. His
I actually
running backs are
oh
grossing me
yeah,
out.
I guess I forget that Higgins is out. So I actually don't hate Tyler Boyd now that I'm thinking about it. I'm curious. One thing I'm curious to see is Carson Wentz playing? Do we know if he's starting for the Rams, or are they just ripping farts?
I think I was assuming it's Stafford. I thought he was back at practice.
I know they signed Wentz, or I know they signed Wentz, so I didn't know if they were just doing that as a backup or if he was going to play because the Stafford thing was worse. I wasn't sure what was happening.
Precaution. I'll take a little look if you want to break down the.
Yeah. So I think I got two QBs in play here, Tua or Kyler. I think Tua is too juice. If I can't, I'm trying to trade Tua for a depth piece because my lineup is looking suspect. No one really cares for quarterbacks, so I'm probably just going to play Tua versus the Raiders. Probably will throw for 1 million yards and a couple touchdowns. Make it a boom week there. And I like that Josh Allen's playing against the Jets. I think that he could have maybe a bit of a dud. He's been playing a little bit poorly recently. And the
Bills overall.
Yeah, and the Jets have been pretty stingy on defense, so I think that could be somewhere I pull ahead. I like my running backs better as well. I think it really just comes down to once you get into the thick of it, my flex pieces and
into the thick of it.
Tight end, it's just a little brutal. I'm projected to win. It's basically projected even if he doesn't have a defense in, but if you put a defense in, it'd be about even.
Finally taking Kyle Pitts out your lineup.
Yeah, he's on bye. I have to, unfortunately. I picked up my boy Chigakonkwo, who has just been so good. Jokes. He's been terrible.
What's up with the Noah Brown on the bench?
I don't know what I want to do here. He's hurt. I think Nico Collins is coming back. I don't really know what to do with that. I'm kind of waiting to see practice stuff. I don't want to play Christian Watson. I don't want to play Darrell Henderson, and I don't want to play Noah Brown. So I'm just my flex is just a bunch of people I don't want to play. So I'm in a rough spot, but I mean, I think I know who I want to pick. Do you want to say anything about this quick, or do you know who you want to pick?
No, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, I got my pick.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Peter. Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the matchups that you have.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really been picking Peter
a
lot this season too.
Yeah.
I'm not a fit. Like his team just seems pretty dirty.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's got so many more guys that can actually just like score points. Maybe I guess we're trading running backs basically for flex pieces. So
and tight end.
Stafford
is back, so that's good for Puka.
Yeah, Puka could. Yeah, who knows? I just don't have a lot of faith in winning at this point. So maybe that's what's going on there. We can move on to Sam versus Parker. You want to take it away?
Yeah. So 4-6 Parker versus 6-4 Sam. Parker has C.J. Stroud, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Sam Laporta, Brandon Cooks, Debo in his starting lineup.
CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks duo is pretty sick.
Sitting Goff, playing Stroud over him, and then
crazy.
Mm-hmm. I understand it though. Like stay in the flames with Stroud, I guess.
Goff at home against
Stroud is
freaking
that's a juicy matchup.
Chicago, yeah.
And then Sam has Russell Wilson, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, Brian Robinson, the guy that's just chilling at number 4 RB.
Yeah, the quietest number 4 running back of all time, I think. No one cares. He just like, I think no one even like wants him either. Like, I feel like you couldn't really even trade him. Like, you wouldn't get a lot back from him. And he's a number 4 running back. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy going through Sam's team with Jonathan Taylor on bye. Also, I think you can kind of picture who I'm picking.
Yeah, I will say
reaction.
Jared Goff. If he puts Jared Goff in, I like his matchup better. I know you want to stay in the flames with CJ Stroud, but I would play Jared Goff, I think. I think CeeDee Lamb probably has another big day.
Yeah, CeeDee. Maybe Derrick Henry.
It could be a Goff Laporta. Laporta has been a bit quieter, though, recently. Not as much.
Kind of like ever since Parker traded for him.
Yeah, basically. I think it could be close, but I also do have my Sam is the guy I also want to trade Tua to. He said he would think about it.
He should.
So we'll see if he.
He had Deshaun Watson, right?
Yep. So we'll see if he comes out with anything. I don't know what I'd get because he hasn't told me, but we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I'm ready to do it if you are.
I mean, you could probably get a running back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Get that Brian Robinson action, dude.
Honestly, like if he has Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, and Breece Hall, he doesn't need all of them. I mean,
I don't want Aaron Jones.
Probably after this week, if I was Sam, I'd be taking Amari Cooper out of my lineup.
Yep, 100%. I'd put Hopkins up probably, and then put whatever. But yeah, I might just send him that like a running back for Tua and just see what he does. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Sam. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of smack talk.
Yeah, probably
between that game too.
Which will be fun. I love to see that.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next one, we got Jake, who's on top of the leaderboard, but we did say he lost last week, and he also had the low score and has the shotgun punishment.
And
which
he got Trevor Lawrence.
He didn't send it yet, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did
goofy.
Last night?
It was goofy.
Okay, yeah. We were setting up.
I sent it during the day today.
Oh, okay. I was hoping he didn't, and then even though he recorded it, he would have to do another one.
Oh, that'd be so funny. That would be so funny.
But a tight matchup.
Yeah.
6-4 versus 7-3 Jake. And the newly acquired team that Austin has. So he's rocking Sam Howell, CMC, Saquon, Devontae Adams, and Devontae Smith, or Devonta, George Kittle, DK, George Pickens, Tucker. Man, that team is loaded.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But speaking of loaded, the newly acquired Tyreek Hill is now on Jake's team, leaving him with, if Justin Jefferson plays, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and Stephon Diggs. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence is his quarterback one. He's been kind of terrible all year. Alexander Madison, is he playing? He's in concussion protocol, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
So he moves up Gus Edwards, probably?
He 2 hours ago, he made progress with head injury.
Maybe not then. But so then Mixon as well, and then he has Thielen in his other flex. So this is a good matchup. They're two really solid teams, I'd say. I think if Jake just had a better quarterback, he'd be like unbeatable.
I could see Jake losing this week just because he starts Madison when he should be starting Gus Edwards tonight.
Oh my, yeah, I didn't think about that.
If Madison goes out,
yeah, I would almost just play. I would just play Gus Edwards.
Me too, safety.
Yeah, but don't tell him.
I'm not going to tell him that.
Love it. This is actually a tough one. I think this could go either way. I think I know where I'm going though.
Me too.
All right, count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Austin.
I'm going to go with the bold prediction that Madison doesn't play. Jake fucks up his running back slot. And then
I think it's possible.
I don't think Jefferson. Yeah. I don't think Jefferson's playing either.
That's why I picked Austin as well. I think Madison and Jefferson don't play. And that could leave him with some suspect plays going into it. But once that team gets fully healthy, if playoff time, that's going to be a tough team to beat, I think. Jake's.
All right. Moving right on. Riley versus Ben.
Yeah.
2 5-5ers. You can take this away.
Yeah, Justin Fields back and playing with not a terrible matchup, not the best matchup, but I think a pretty okay one for your first game back, which I think it's only going to help DJ Moore. They were cooking before Fields got hurt, so that stack could begin popping off again. Javonte has a pretty good matchup, and he just gets 30 carries a game, even though he has, 2.5 yards a carry. So he's going to produce. And he's got Etienne, Eckler in a great matchup, Jalen Waddle, Luke Musgrave, and Dobbs right now in his flex. Does he have anyone else for his flex? Kamara's on bye. I see. So a pretty good looking lineup, I'd say, for Riley on that side. Then we got Ben with Burrow, Swift, Connor, Allen, McLaurin, Trey McBride, T. McBee, who's been going nuts with Kyler Murray, baby. I guess he was going nuts before that, but went very nuts with him.
Nuclear nuts.
Yeah. Pacheco, Addison, Butker.
Radioactive nuts.
Baltimore's D. Wow, you know what? Go for it. I don't know about
While
that.
starting Burrow also.
Yeah, it's a little weird. This could also be a pretty good game, I think.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the closer ones of the week.
I think this trade
what shakes out.
Well, what did he do? So he traded. So basically,
he got rid of Kittle.
Got a better flex.
We can start Kittle today.
Yeah, he basically just got a little bit deeper.
Then he's not playing Saquon.
Yeah, I do think it actually did end up helping his team. Mm-hmm. Keenan Allen's a beast. I'm still not sold on Waddle right now. I don't know. I think Hill just commands too many targets.
Well, he gets hurt in the first drive.
That's true. He gets hurt 3 times a game, but comes back in every time.
I love his smile though in his picture.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a good smile in his picture.
I got my choice locked in. No pressure.
Yeah, I think I got mine too.
3, 2, 1. Ben.
Riley. All right, nice. A little bit of different. That's the first different one of the day. Yeah, you could.
I think Fields is going to have a hard time. The biggest thing was Fields is going to have a hard time throwing the ball and predicting, just because it's that thumb, and who knows how good his grip strength is going to be. And then, so yeah, it sounds good. He's going to be relying on the run, which is where he makes his money on fantasy. But Detroit's run defense is pretty cracked.
That's true. But I don't know if that counts. Does that it might be different for quarterback rushing, what I mean? But
and then also
I like where you're looking.
It's gonna hurt DJ Moore.
Yep,
and then
100%.
He's also playing Dobbs and Musgrave.
Yeah, that is just brutal playing Dobbs and Musgrave. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, it is. The one thing is interesting is Ben is playing Burrow and Baltimore. I think that's not optimal.
It's not optimal, but do defenses really matter all that much? There's not a lot of if you look on waivers, there's not a good matchup that you want really there right now. So I don't think it really matters. Maybe the Ravens have a couple of good matchups coming up that he wants to just keep him on his squad and he's just eating it for a week. It's possible too.
Yeah, I would pick up the Jets.
I have a waiver claim in for the Jets right now. So hopefully that goes through.
I really want the Steelers defense. I'm going to trade for that.
Yeah, they trade for that. That'd be sick. All right, last matchup
Last one.
of the episode. Ethan versus Ryan. Ethan has Dak and Jalen Hurts. As of now, he is
staying in the flames.
Staying with the flames with Dak. Who knows? It's Ethan. He might not have set his lineup yet. But Dak has been hot. I would not, with matchup 2, I think it might be the correct play to play Dak. So
I was just going to say, lineup does look set because he put in Ty after his waiver claim.
Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, he's got
their lineup is Ryan,
Rashad, Ty Chandler, AJ Brown, Marquise Brown, K. Dot, and Calvin Ridley, Nico Collins if he plays. Ryan's got Chuba, Demont, Mahomes as well, Jamar Chase, Elijah Moore, Puke, Mark Andrews, Tajay Spears, Jahan Dotson. Oh man. Yeah. Me and Ryan were actually talking about this recently, how we were talking about how he doesn't think that me and you have ever picked him, both picked him in a redraft episode, or maybe even picked him. I know we have picked him in general, but it's so minimal the amount of times we picked Ryan.
Why would we want to?
That's where I'm at as well. I don't think we need a countdown for this one. I don't need a countdown for this one. I think I know where we're both going.
He should definitely put in Michael Wilson over Elijah Moore.
I 100% agree with that.
And then if he'd made that change,
he's got Cleveland defense. They could
all right.
Score a good amount. Yeah,
Maybe
I just don't
honestly
know.
play Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson
I was literally
over
thinking the
Spears.
same thing. I was literally thinking the same thing.
And then if he made those changes, I would pick Ryan.
Really,
But
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Ethan.
Yeah, I am going to go with Ethan as well, which leaves us at one difference for this week, which could tie
We'll
it
see.
up. It could tie it up after this week. That's pretty fun. Love to see that. But we will check back in on that next week. It's our week 12. It'll be a redraft episode, and we'll see if Dana's tied it up. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Comment below who you think is gonna have the lowest scoring week.
Yeah, I like it.
This week. Let's see if we can get our first comment in.
Yeah, if you get our first comment, you get $1. If you're our first comment, you get $1. I'll give you $1.
Fab or
They can choose real life or fab. They can choose. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later.
see ya.